Hits One.
Hits One on SiriusXM. It's Mikey Piff, and we have a brand new friend in the studio. If you got a Disney Plus subscription like I do, you might have seen her in Zombies 4. Everyone meet Freya Skye. You might know her as Nova Bright in the movie. Welcome to Hits One.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We've been talking a little bit before getting in between the songs here. I mean, this has been kind of your dream for a long, long time, and you're kind of achieving a lot of it pretty early.
It's been the craziest thing ever. I actually don't even feel like I can properly put it into words. Like you said, I really have dreamt of this my whole life. Like, even being a young girl, I loved these movies so much growing up. Like, I had a Descendants themed birthday party. Like, I genuinely love these films so much. So then being on the stage, and I actually say this in the show, but I say it every night because it also kind of reminds me of, like, to take a second and be like, wow, this is actually insane. Not only am I playing these arenas, but also I'm singing and I'm with a franchise that I love and honestly inspired me to get into this. So it's been the craziest thing to do this. It's such a unique thing as well to get to be on stage and do like a concert with the franchises. I guess something we haven't really seen since the High School Musical tour or the Hannah Montana Best of Both Worlds. It's been the craziest experience that I will ever have in my whole entire life.
Yeah, I mean, you're in this line of incredibly loved people, whether it's Miley or Demi or Selena, right? Not trying to put pressure, but like, you know, there are people in the audience that are dressed like your character and love you, and not only because you do have some solo music, but love what you're doing.
It's so bizarre. Like, I grew up dressing up as these characters and everything. So seeing people dressed up as all of the characters from the movies, but Nova in particular, I feel like I see so much of myself in all of these young girls. So it's really bizarre. And something else, hearing people sing these songs, all of them, but especially I got the opportunity to sing one of my original songs called Gold's Gone on the tour, and it opens Act 2. And I feel like it's the one where I got a lot of creative input and I got to speak on the styling and speak on the lighting and the introduction and all of the musicality and everything. And to be on the stage and see, even though it's less people, because not everyone will know my original stuff, seeing some people sing this song, I look out and I feel like I get to really just take a second and look at them and be like, thank you, because it's a big old set list, and to see people sing my original music is something that I've always dreamt of, hearing people sing my lyrics back to me. I feel like being on this tour has kind of given me an itch, if anything, to just be like, how can I make this happen again in the future? So I feel like it's made me feel even more inspired than ever. And being on a tour in such an intense environment, on the bus, on the road, in a bunk every night, I feel like I've got a lot of new experiences to write about. And also, in saying that, I'm also a teenage girl. So I feel like I have all of these feelings, things that I want to write about. And hopefully teenage girls, people who maybe don't know me yet, can relate to, and I can kind of grow up with me, I guess.
If we were going to play a song from the movie, it seems like Dream Come True is the one that people are liking a lot.
I have to say, it's probably one of my favorites from the movie. As soon as I heard the song, I was like, oh my gosh, I just loved it. And seeing the world have the same reaction that I had when I first heard it has been so special. And seeing people sing it on tour and getting to sing it with Malachi, it's been really cool. So I love that song. That is the one that I'd be like, listen to this song from Zombies 4. If you're like hesitant to watch it, listen to this. And I promise, well, I hope you would want to watch it after hearing that.
I mean, I hope so too, because the singing in the movie is just so good, and it's kind of classic Disney vibes of what you might want from your Disney stars. If you haven't seen the movie yet or don't know her yet, your homework is to go watch Zombies 4.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you could also probably should watch 1, 2, and 3
yes.
at some point, because you're new to the movie. This is your introduction.
Yeah, I think going into it, it was definitely a bit of pressure, big shoes to step into, especially considering this movie's kind of been a passing the torch metaphor, I guess, like throughout the whole movie. So stepping into the shoes has been... It was definitely daunting and intimidating, but the second I stepped onto the set and was with Meg and Milo and Chandler and Kylie, who are the 4 OGs who are still in this movie, was just something I was like, wow, I've grown up loving you guys as fans, and now I love you guys like literal family, because you do really bond in a way that I feel like nothing else can bond you when you're on a movie set in such like high pressure environments. You're with each other every day for 3 months, and you're all, you know, working on something you feel so passionately about. So, and
you're the only ones that really know the experience.
100%.
So
no one else can relate.
Exactly. So bring us back to the beginning real quick.
Yes.
Because it's you know, it's all fun and games to say like, this was my dream, this was my thing. When did this thing actually become the dream? Because you've been messing with music and acting and stuff for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly really hard. I get asked this question a lot, and for me, I feel like there was never a moment where I was like, I saw someone on my TV and was like, that's what I want to do. It was just something that like so weirdly was just always like embedded in me. I loved music, and I honestly owe a lot of that to my mum and dad, because we grew up in such neither of my parents are in the music industry or like the industry at all, but they love just listening to music.
Okay.
We loved singing karaoke. We loved singing along to, High School Musical, Descendants, Zombies. So we just loved listening to music, singing along in the car, all of these things. And I think I was like, I love the way this makes us feel. And I think the feeling of that is just something that I was like, I want to make people feel the way that I feel when I'm singing in the car with my mum and dad.
So what are the go-to karaoke or car sing-along songs?
So funny. Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride from Lilo and Stitch. We also love, what's the One Direction one? You and me got a whole lot of history. We love that one.
How did it start? When did you start doing like auditions or writing music or taking vocal lessons?
At the very beginning, it was like, dress up as the characters, sing along to my TV, put on shows, performances with my parents. They're like, Freya, it's bedtime. I'm like, what if I sing for you? And they would always be like, okay, fine, put a show on, 20 songs later.
So instead of them telling you a bedtime story, you're singing them a bedtime song.
Oh, 100%. And they're exhausted, but they're also laughing at me because at that time, it was comical. And then for my 9th birthday, I was like, can I have singing lessons? I really want to kind of work on this. And that was all still a bit of fun, nothing really serious. And then it was just a case of there was this performing arts school. So I was going to like a normal school. There was this performing arts school, and I'd already started doing like classes on the weekends and stuff. And then when I did find out that I got in, my whole family, we ended up moving to Buckinghamshire, where I've lived for like 6 years now.
So wait, where were you originally from?
I was from a place called Southampton.
Okay.
That's like my roots. And so I started going to the school for like 4 years. While all that was happening, obviously the pandemic was going on, and I was doing like self-tapes. I got like an agent to do like self-tapes for like commercials or, all these small like things. And then eventually the audition for Zombies came in, and I did the audition, and one thing kind of led to another, flew back and forth from LA, was writing songs as well, got a guitar, learned how to play the guitar. So I did a show called Junior Eurovision. I guess that was my first kind of step into something professional. Before it had always been like singing in my bedroom, and then it was like on live TV. So my first ever live performance was on a show called BBC Children in Need, just like a fundraiser charity show, which I grew up watching every year with my family. And I was like, wow, this is daunting, very intense. So I did that show, which was my first kind of step. But I feel like everything I've done that's kind of led me to here has just given me taste for what it's like, and has, inspired me more and made me, I guess, driven me more to want to do it forever.
Okay, Gold's Gone. It's one of the songs you sing on the tour, but it's one of your own songs. What can you tell us about it?
It's a song all about whenever I'm in a moment, like a present moment, I'm in my head thinking about, I'm going to miss this moment. I'm going to miss this one day, rather than actually just enjoying it. I feel like I'm in my head thinking about what I'm going to think about it in a couple years, which is a really random thing. And I guess some people related to it, which was like, wow, I'm not crazy. It's not just me. So yeah, this is a song that I've been releasing music for the past year now. And it's been really cool to kind of experiment with a new song every time and kind of try and find, I guess, who I am as an artist, because I feel like I'm obviously growing up and I'm changing so much all the time. So, but yeah, I feel super excited about this song. I love singing it every night, and it never gets old.
And that's thanks to so many of you that are not only listening right now, but have gone to the tour. Maybe it's fair to say we could describe you as a Disney star.
Oh, no, oh my gosh, not at all, not
actress.
At all.
Freya Skye, who you might know from the Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires movie as Nova Bright, which, I love the names they come with. Nova Bright. It's the easiest thing to remember.
Yeah, I wish I knew this before I kind of auditioned, but as soon as I saw the name Nova, I was like, interesting. Eventually I realized it was like a supernova.
Important, yes, obvi, but now that you've toured the U.S., it was 43 dates. That's hard even if you're doing it on your own.
Yes.
Right? What are the days like?
A day, it kind of looks like I'll wake up, go to the venue. We get to do this thing where we do like VIP meet and greet before the show. So we'll sit on stage, get pictures with people, meet some people, have conversations, see them all dressed up. Got loads of friendship bracelets, which has been something that's been really cool to collect. But we'll do like a Q&A, answer some questions, which has been really fun. You like just a bit of time to have a conversation with these people. Then we'll have dinner, get ready for the show, do the show, hop on the tour bus, and then we drive to another city, really.
How's that? How's the tour bus life?
It is not as bad as I thought. Everyone was warning me about like the sleeping, the rocky road and stuff. And I've loved it. It's like being rocked to sleep, honestly. I have my guitar on the bus too. So, I had to buy like this hard case because I was like, it's going to get destroyed. But I have my very special guitar with my smiley face sticker on top. And I've been playing a lot of that. Like I go to the back lounge and I'll like sit and write some music for a bit. There's something really like peaceful about being in your bunk and it's pitch black in there. And like having your voice memos being like trying to sing melodies into my phone. So that's been something that's been really cool because like I said, being on a tour, obviously you do the stage part every night, but there's so much that happens in between and you're getting so much new experiences and new things that are happening. It's inspiration for songs. So I'm like ready to get back in the studio. I have like a good month of like blocked out time where I'm like, this is my time. I'm going to go in the studio as much as I can so I can hopefully get releasing kind of ASAP early next year.
How about a song that you wrote?
A song that I wrote?
Yeah, a song that you wrote.
Okay, which one?
Who I Thought I Knew.
Oh, okay. I think that is probably my most personal one. Hopefully there'll be more like that coming out in the new year. I'm hoping for a good mixture, happy and sad.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're starting out, you're not just writing all the music on your own. Like you're 100%. Getting help from really experienced people. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're not writing songs, which is fine, right? Yeah. Because you got to learn. Mm-hmm. But this is one that you did wholly on your own. Tell us why this one was so special. This one,
so it was actually the first time I'd ever gone into a writing room. I remember as soon as I signed with Hollywood Records and I was working with them, I was begging my A&R. I was like, please, can I go into a studio? Please, can I write? And they're like, it's a very vulnerable space going into a writing room. And it's a space where it's like, it can either be like thriving or it can like kind of like shut you down in a way. It can be a bit overwhelming, talking about your feelings and putting them into words and stuff. And I was begging. And I think after like 3 months, they were like, okay, fine. You want to go in? Go in. And I was like, I had so much built up emotion over something that had been happening for the past, it'd been going on for a while. And I went in and I just literally was like, well, they say you have to be vulnerable in these rooms. And I think I must have told them my life story along with the in details of everything that had been happening. And then it was my first time ever going in a room and Who I Thought I Knew was the song we wrote. And I was like, it just felt like, it was exactly how I felt. Like there's this sound, I think it's Billie Eilish being like every single lyric exactly how I feel. And that's how Who I Thought I Knew feels to me. It was like, there was no better way to put it, Who I Thought I Knew, because I feel like it's so relatable, whether it's a friendship or a relationship or even family members, it can relate to so much. It's like you miss an idea, you miss what you thought something was rather than the reality. So you're so caught up on something that isn't actually there. So that's why I feel like it's so special. And even listening now, I look back at that and it's easy to look back on old songs and be like, ooh, I thought I really did something there. Like, ooh, that's not great. Which I definitely still do with like some that are in my voice memos. But you know what? You have to cringe before you can be proud. 100%. So if you're cringing, it means you're growing. But with Who I Thought I Knew, it's the one where I look back every time and I'm like, I'm just really proud of that song because along with it being something that I love singing, I love the way it sounds, I love the way it makes me feel. You're proud of it. I'm just very proud that I went into a room and I was like, this is how I feel. And I was honest. And I feel like that's the biggest thing with going into a room, I feel like, is honesty. Because otherwise it's like, it's never going to be you if you're not like honest with yourself along with everyone in the room. That sounds like a life lesson at this point for all of us too. Now, before we let you go away to enjoy your holiday, is there anything that you want everyone to know? Just to kind of keep your eyes peeled for music. This tour, I feel like, has made me feel so passionate about everything. Being on a tour and going straight to the huge arenas, which is just crazy, has kind of lit that fire beneath me. And I'm like, how am I going to make this happen again? How am I going to make sure that this is not my last time playing an arena? Before I do Gold's Gone, the doors open and I have a second where I just like stand and there's like backing vocals where it's like all kind of breaking up. And I just have a second to just like look at everything as I walk out when the music kind of starts before I start singing. And that's my second to be like, okay, this is my original song. Like this is what it feels like to see people cheering for me on the stage for my original song, for my name, something that I've worked so hard on. You changed from Nova to Freya. No, truly, right. Yeah. And I'm like, hold on to that feeling because that is what I'm going to now chase. So there's no other feeling than putting out music that people can connect to and listen to and are like, wow, this feels like me. The same way that I guess like Gracie Abrams speaks to me and all of these artists. So who else do you enjoy? We were talking before, obviously Sabrina, Taylor, Gracie. Who else? Sabrina, Taylor, Gracie. You know who I've been loving right now? Who's come out with his album? Conan Gray. His new album, I really love that. The song, I think it's called Nauseous. Wow, it's so good. Audrey Hobart too. I really like, and I guess I discovered her because obviously she writes a lot with Gracie Abrams, so I really like her stuff. Obviously like One Direction, Harry Styles, Olivia Rodrigo. But no, yeah, I just love listening to music. I feel like it's what I do. Before shows, after shows, on the bus, traveling around. I really just love listening to songs and And I guess taking a lot of inspiration, that's something that on this tour I've been like, okay, noting how much I love this song, because going into my writing period, I'm like, I'm going to reference this and how much I love this vibe. Something I love about all of those pop artists that I've just kind of referenced is they all have picked like such a cool direction in pop, like Addison Rae. Same with like Olivia Rodrigo, this like pop rock. I really want to try and discover like where I kind of fit into pop and where I'm like, okay, what's my kind of lane and what's something that hasn't really been seen. So I feel like that's something that I want to work on, discover. I feel like I'm still learning who I am as a person, let alone an artist. So I feel like it's changing all the time. So I feel like with my music, every year it's going to change, which I guess could be...
You're going to change like at least 3 or 4 times.
Potentially confusing, but also hopefully potentially like relatable, because I feel like growing up, it's like, I like something different every day.
And by the way, I should probably share, it's really cool because this is the first place you've ever visited anywhere, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out.
I know. Thank you so much for having me. Hopefully next time I'll put lots of music in the bag.
Okay, go watch Zombies for Dawn of the Vampires, maybe while you're hanging out for the holidays and lounging and being a potato on the couch.